logged into the portal and have selected the applicable plan year, the system will direct you to the year-end data collection page. Here, you will see that there are 3 modules you will need to complete. It is preferred that you complete these modules in a linear manner. However, you can complete the questionnaire and the census independent of one another. Please note that the Key and HCE employee verification module cannot be completed until you've completed the previous 2. Please also note that there is a quick reference guide in the top right corner that briefly explains what we're looking for with respect to each of these modules. There are also 3 bars in the top left corner that can take you back to your home page at any time. For this training, we will be looking at the questionnaire. The questionnaire has all of the pertinent information we need with respect to reconciling your plan. It is important that you completely answer all of the questions below so as to prevent any back and forth communication between you and your relationship manager. You can at any time save your progress if you need to step away from your computer and come back. You can also return to the year-end data collection page at any time if you would like to take a look at other modules. Please simply make sure to hit the Save Progress button before leaving this page. If you need additional assistance, you can select the Help option, which will take you to a pop-up that will allow you to explain in better detail your question, and then select if you would like an email response or a phone call back. You will notice in looking at the page that there are a few questions with blue information dots at the end of them. Clicking on these will give you a bit more information about what we're looking for with respect to that question. You will also notice that there are a few words or terms that are in blue hyperlink. Clicking on this hyperlink will give you a definition, or even in some cases, link you to additional information or code sections to assist you in completing the census questionnaire. For the sake of time, I will not be going over each of the questions, but instead we'll be pointing out a few of our more frequently asked questions. Before I begin, please note, if a drop-down box appears when you select yes to any of these questions, it is extremely important to provide as much information as possible. Now let's begin. First and foremost, don't forget to select your corporate entity. It's kind of hidden up here at the top. I will be leaving this blank for the moment to show you what the system looks like if you miss any questions along the way. Question number 4, amendments prepared by another provider. We will ask if you've had any amendments prepared by other providers and ask that you please provide a copy of those amendments for our records. Question number 8, late deposits. Here, we will need the total dollar amount of all late deposits for the entire year. We will be reaching out to assist in calculating any lost earnings and will break out the late deposits by payroll at that time. Question number 10, the Erisa bond. This is a very important section. Most of our plans do require an Erisa bond. If you have a bond on file, we simply need the bond amount, the name of the underwriter, and the expiration date. If you are uncertain as to what an Erisa bond is, and if you need it, you can select the blue information dot, and this will take you to a site where you can get additional information regarding Erisa bonds. If you do not currently have an Erisa bond, please select this box. The blue hyperlink in the paragraph will take you to our preferred Erisa bond provider. Question number 11, profit sharing contributions. If you select yes, that your company intends to make a profit sharing contribution for the year, we have a few options that will drop down below. You can ask us to calculate the maximum contribution allowed for the year, and in this case, if there are certain participants that you would like us to look at specifically, you can select them from the drop-down box and add them for further review. The next button is to please calculate profit sharing based on last year's allocation. This means that you would like us to run numbers similar to what you did last year. If you have a certain dollar amount or percentage that you would like given to each employee, you will select the next option and let us know the dollar amount or percent that you would like us to use. If you have some other calculation that you would like us to use, you're going to select the final option, Other, and give us a description of what you're looking for. Question number 12, matching. If you select yes, there are going to be drop-down boxes that appear like in the profit sharing. Option 1 states that matching contributions have already been made to the plan, but were after the plan year ended. Option number 2 states that you would like us to calculate additional matching contributions, and then here you will put in the percent and the dollar amount that you would like us to use. Question number 13. Does your company use a service payroll provider? If you select yes, we have a drop-down box with some of our more frequently used payroll providers. If you don't see your payroll provider on this list, you can type who you are using below by selecting Other. Question number 14, payroll frequencies. In many cases, your payroll frequency will be uniform. However, in some cases, you may have hourly and salaried employees on different payrolls. If this is the case, you can add those payroll frequencies to the questionnaire. For this explanation, we're going to show you that we have biweekly employees and that their payroll is coming up on 12/31/2019. And then we're going to put in here that they are hourly employees. Now, we want to add an additional payroll frequency. We simply have to click the Add button, and then we're going to select monthly here, and we're going to say 12/1 is our next payroll date. And here, we are going to say that these are our salaried employees. Now, let's say we added a row that we didn't mean to. We added a third row, and we say, oops, we didn't mean to do that. You simply need to select the trash can, and that will delete this row. The last section that I would like to point out is the people who are required to sign the 5500. You want to make sure to put the name of the 5500 signer here. We're going to go ahead and say that the signer is myself, and we're going to put in my email address. If you have additional signers, you're going to go ahead and put them here. However, in most cases, you're only going to have one signer. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit Submit. The system is going to error out as I have not provided all of the information. So we're going to see here that this is a required field. It does come up in red, and any of the fields you've missed will come up in red, showing that you have an error. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and say that we are a corporation. And then I'm going to scan to the bottom, and I'm going to hit Submit. Now the system is going to ask me, are you sure you want to submit this questionnaire? After you hit Submit, you cannot make any changes. I do like to note here that if you realize that information you've submitted is incorrect or missing something, you can always call your relationship manager and ask them to unlock the system so that you can go in and make corrections. So we're going to say that we affirm and we agree. We're going to submit the questionnaire, and it's now going to take us to a page, hopefully, that will tell us that our submission is complete. So now we're going to go ahead and go continue with year-end data collection. At this point, we're going to end this training video and move on to our next training video, which is the employee census data. Thank you and have a great day.